Hey everyone, Eric Elsholtz here. I'm a marketing technology director for West, and today I'm going to be talking to you about creating a landing page to generate home value leads using address capture in the kvCORE platform. Okay, let's get to it. Let's dig right in. So once you log into your kvCORE platform, you're going to go over here to the left-hand column and you're going to select Lead Engine. Okay, couple things about this. In Lead Engine, when you first log in here, you're going to be selecting a domain name to build this on. Don't worry, it'll load your domain name that's automatically generated from the system. You can, by the way, buy another domain name and attach it to this if you want to use it on things like just listed or just sold postcards or other tangible marketing items like property flyers for flyer boxes. Let's talk about that at a later time. Once you've selected your domain name, go ahead and click Start Building. Okay, so here is the starting portion of our landing page. We're going to, the first thing I really want you to do is go up here in the upper left-hand corner and change lead generation to address capture. So go ahead and open up that drop-down menu, select address capture. Now in here, you have a place to hashtag it. So in the kvCORE platform, all a hashtag is, it's just a search tool. So this is going to indicate where your leads are going to be coming from. So in this case, I am building a landing page for Hellendale home value leads, and that's literally what I'm going to call it. That way, any leads that come in, I can track the source of those. Now let's go ahead and start working on this. So I want to be a little stealthy. I'm going to go in and delete the logo. So on this platform, I'm building it on First Team. You might have a Century 21 logo, whatever logo your company is that you're using or that's providing this to you, or if you're just an individual and you have it your own, you've probably uploaded your logo already into the system. So here's a side note. I'm a double clicker, okay? And double clicking when you're building these pages will get you into a little bit of a trouble here, and I'll show you why, okay? So I'm going to show you on the logo here, we want to make that go away. So I'm actually going to double click on my mouse button, and it's going to ask us, are we sure we want to remove that element? Here in the state of California, it is okay to do that. Now, if you notice, everything on the page, once we deleted that element, everything moved up. And so I'm going to start spacing it a little bit. So I'm going to come into this first section, and here's a fun little tip. By the way, don't ever double click in these items, because if you're a double clicker like me and you wanted to select this verbiage to type over it, it will delete the element out of the system. As a matter of fact, just to show you how this works, in the landing page that I'm going to build, I'm going to make these two items go away. So where it says fixer-uppers and development opportunities, I'm going to double click on this and you'll see, poof, it's gone. Here's the trick. There's no place to add that back in again. So that's why I said, if you're a double clicker, be very careful on this. Don't double click, just select and highlight stuff if that's your MO like mine, okay? I'm going to go in to even this up. I'm going to delete this distressed properties component. Now you'll see all these items have moved up on the page. So let's go ahead and space these down. In front of your town, I'm going to actually just put a hard return, and you'll see there's an extra line space above it. And now I'm going to type over this, and I'm just going to ask the question, what's your, oops, if I could spell, okay. So I'm just asking the question, what's your Hellendale, California home worth? Now, this is why these pages are so effective. If you can tie a picture of the location you're trying to generate a lead from. So if you start keeping track of your marketing collateral, you take pictures of the farm areas where you're working in or where you want these leads from, that's one item. And we're going to change the background image here first, but The second thing is I can actually make it seem more genuine because I'm going to call out exactly where I'm delivering this into. So I'm going to actually call out Hellendale, California, because that's where I want these leads from. Let's go ahead into the next little section here. Now, in this, I've got a couple of options, but I am also going to space this down a notch, give it a little room there on the page, because I just want it to be really clean and kind of open. So let me show you something here real quick. If you've already built a page, you can copy verbiage from a pre-made page. So here's a page that we've already made for Apple Valley, California, and I'm going to select this text. So this is a live page. I'm going to select the text here, and I'm going to copy that text. And now I'm going to come back over to the page that we're working on, and I'm going to paste that in. Now, here's a trick. This verbiage in here has web formatting built into it. So automatically on this page, it's telling it that it wants the font to be 14 or 16 points big. It's telling us what font that is, what color it is, and the attributes, whether it's left justified, right justified, centered, right? So to keep this forwarding in here, here's a little fun little pro tip. Don't delete all of the verbiage if you're going to paste over this. So I'm going to paste that verbiage over, but I left the word free in there. So now you'll notice it kept the formatting the same. It's centered. It's the same font. It's the same color. I'm going to go ahead and delete the word free out of there. And now I can customize this to make it match where I'm going to deliver this into. Okay. Now I'm going to update some of my numbers. So how I got this information is I actually went over to whatever site you want to use. I am not a realtor, so I'm just using Zillow. I went over to the sales section. I went down to home values, and I did a search for Hellendale home values, and it tells me that the average home in Hellendale is about $282,000, and in the last 12 months, it's had about an 11.6% price appreciation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to update these numbers on my landing page to match that. So I'm going to put the 11.6% in value, and then I'm going to factor that to convert that percentage change into an actual dollar change. And I've already done that, and I have a video on how to do that as well. So let's go in here. That number, when I factor that in, is $735. And then I also have a monthly gain, and my monthly gain is $2,727 in value. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to kind of shock people into recognizing, whoa, that's a lot of appreciation. So I'm just kind of talking about it in a slightly different way, okay? Let's see, gained, or I'm going to change this around a little bit. Gained this, or I'm going to say in there we go. Let me not put so many caps in there. There we go. Okay, that comes as a gain value gain every month last year. Perfect. So that's perfect. Now I'm going to do some really simple stuff. So this is a real simple one. I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab some of this content. Okay. So I actually like this one right here. Display other homes for sale around yours. I think people tend to be a little nosy. So I'm going to copy this from the live page that I've already done. And remember, keeping in mind, I'm not going to cover over all of that word because I want my formatting to stay in there. So I'm going to just copy and paste, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the first one. I get to worry too much sometimes using, like, are you thinking of selling? Are you thinking of selling your home? How much could you sell your home for? And if you notice, it's a lot on this page. And sometimes I worry that it's a little too salesy. So I'm going to give you some advice and just to say to kind of trim that down a little bit. So I still have thinking of selling, find out what the competition is for your home. So I still have that in there. I'm just not going to kind of go a little crazy with it. I think we tend to oversell ourselves a little bit. Also, if you notice, I'm going from 4 blocks down to 2 blocks. And the reason that I'm doing that on this page is I just want to have it be simpler. I want to have it be cleaner. So I found over the years that if you keep this page very minimal, it will actually it'll actually have a higher generation rate. Okay. Here's another little tip. I was working for a company, part of their development team a little bit, and we were doing a little research on landing pages, and we actually discovered that using blue on your form on a landing page actually has a 10% higher response rate as well. So that's why we have blue on this landing pages in some of the verbiage. We just kind of built that in there. So I've now got my text updated. I've got it placed on the page. I've got it spaced properly. It looks great. I have the correct lead capture in here, right? I have it set up to address capture. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of things. So now we want to change the background. So remember earlier I was talking about having some marketing collateral from your area. So I could use a generic picture on here like this, right? There's a living room. I could use a kitchen in here, but I just don't think that has as much impact as using a real photo. So here's a fun little pro tip that you have. Let me show you this. By the way, they have a component in here called Home Value Report, but honestly, that just doesn't strike me. It's cartoonish, it's okay, it's generic, but I want to really reach out and increase my chances that this landing page and the verbiage on it and the images that I present are going to connect with the people that I'm trying to reach. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload a custom image. Now they give you an option to do that on here. So let me go show you this. If I select custom image, it wants me to upload a photo that's already hosted online. So I need to put a URL in there. Now, I have a photo, it's on my desktop, but I don't have it hosted online. So how can I get that into this space? Well, let me show you this. I'm going to show you a really fun little trick here. I'm going to go over to Facebook, okay? So I'm now on my Facebook wall here, and I'm going to upload a photo. So I've got a photo here floating around my desktop. There it is. And I'm going to take this photo, and I'm just going to upload it directly onto Facebook. And now once I'm here, I can say something. Well, helps if I spell correctly. Okay, so I'm just putting something in there and I'm going to go post it. So check this out. Once you post that picture onto Facebook, guess what? It's now hosted online. So how do I get this picture back over to my page? Well, here's the way you do that. I'm going to right click on this picture. I'm going to say open the image in a new tab. So now you'll see if I click over to this image, it's the actual image. It's hosted online. If you notice, there's the smaller size and it's got a little looking glass here. What I want to do, because I'm going to put this on a full page, is I want to get the bigger image. So I'm going to click on it and expand the image out. And now you'll notice that image on Facebook has an actual address. So now all I need to do is go to that address in the URL address bar, copy that, and when I come back over to my page, when I select custom background, I can now paste that image in there and check what happens. So now when I click OK, it actually loads that image for the community that I'm trying to deliver this into the background. Okay, now, so let's preview, let's double check everything. I've got my verbiage in there. Everything's spelled correctly. My syntax is correct. My numbers have been updated on the page, right? It looks good. It's spaced evenly, and I've got the correct background loaded on here. So we're now down to our final step. So now we're going to go over here, and once we've done this, we're going to click Save. Now, quick note. So in here, it gives you a warning. kvCORE does not save this address for this landing page, okay? So this is really important. If you want to use this over and over again, you have to do a couple of things. I'm going to click OK, and it's going to turn this page into it. But just remember, you're not going to be able to edit this page. You're not going to be able to remember the domain name unless you save it, you bookmark it, or you put it on a document. And that's going to be my recommendation. So I'm going to click OK. It's now going to convert this into a live page. So there's our live page. I'm now going to go up and copy this document, right? So let me copy that address. And then here, I'm going to pop open a document here, and I can come down here. And what I would do is I would say, right? Let's just call it that. And there's my landing page link for that page. And I'm going to save that document, or I would save that on a marketing file. So if you're using kvCORE a lot, you're going to make one of these landing pages for every market. Think about it. You can make it for a specific community. You can make it for a specific city. You can make it for a region. So if it was the high desert, let's say if it was the Coachella Valley, or Palm Springs and desert cities, or Inland Empire, or Riverside County, or San Diego County, or wherever. So you can custom make these. There's no additional cost for it. So honestly, the best thing to do is just to go crank these out, keep them on a marketing document, because you're going to be using these over and over and over again. Okay, so let's go put this little guy to work here real quick. I'm going to go over here and grab this information. And let's go use this page. So there's a really cool thing here. Let me show you this. It's a share widget that's built onto the page. I'm going to go over here and click share. I'm going to put this onto Facebook, and you will see immediately when Facebook loads its post previewer that it will, please tell me I'm logged into Facebook. I am. There it is. Okay. So there's my post right there. And now I can come in, and if I wanted to, I could post something about this, put this on a page I manage, share it into a group if I want to. I can put this all over the place. And, oh, it looks like I need to fix some text there, right? And now I can go post this out onto Facebook. This works on LinkedIn. It basically has this image preview or an ad build no matter where you post it. So I love that. That's a great thing. Go ahead and post that out there, and that is now off and working for you. Again, keep in mind, one of the cool things about this is that it keeps track of the lead that comes in. And the other thing that I love about this is that the address capture works for all of the content, okay? All someone has to do is put an address in there, and it will generate a lead back to you, alert you. If you've downloaded the kvCORE app on your phone, it'll actually alert you that you have a lead, and then now it's up to you to go out and do the follow-up for that lead. Remember, this actually generates a real quick report. It's kind of nice. It's got it's got 3 different home valuations from different sources. Honestly, though, this is now on you to go out and create a real CMA using your expertise about the marketplace and get that back to your prospective client. Also, keep in mind, all they wanted was a home valuation. So your goal is to get them the home value information without being too salesy, because remember, they didn't say they were going to sell their house. They just said, hey, I'm interested in finding my home's value, it's up to you to form a relationship, continue with that relationship, and wow the socks off of them so that if they are looking for a realtor to sell their home, or if they're a potential person that would refer you to someone else that's looking for a professional realtor, they can do that. So that's the secret to kvCORE's landing page. Hopefully I've given you a couple of easy tips, and it's really easy to do. Go put those things to work for you, generating real leads, okay? Have a great day from Eric at West. Talk to you soon.